Um, Hi on this Monday the 19th, October the 19th, at 12:04 in the morning. It's the top of the morning to everyone who's up these first couple of minutes. And I found out today that my favorite Chinese restaurant here in Stanford, I'm blaming it on the pandemic because it had to be that, is permanently closed. It's the only Chinese restaurant I know for the past 15 years. That's the one I mainly use. Stuff every once in a while, you end up going to one because of location, or you might have been over there doing laundry. But they're closed. I can't believe it. Oh my God, that's my favorite food. I guess the meal I always get is either chicken and broccoli with white rice, or it's sweet and sour chicken with some type of a rice or something. But they're permanently closed now. No more Lamb's Kitchen. I'm a little sad. But I'll get over it. So, yeah, I just had a teaspoon of honey. It's really good on my throat. Help me relax so I can go to sleep. My period finally ended. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I am free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty. I'm free at last. So peaceful out. There's no noises. Oh, it feels good. There's one thing missing. Laying next to me. There's one thing missing. Oh God. What am I getting myself into? Trying to chase a dream. Really chasing a dream now. And I done lost control. I done left all the controls on autopilot. Chasing a dream inside of the plane. And nobody's flying this thing. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna be at the back of the plane, thinking I'm in my dream, and all of a sudden the autopilot's gonna fail, and I'm gonna have to rush to the front. Hopefully my wits will still be about me, and I'll know enough to get the plane back up in the air, and to keep it there. Hopefully. Anything else happened today? Yeah. Have you ever? Oh, nah, that's not even. It's not even relevant. And I've lived in projects my whole life, and I should be used to the culture, right? I never get used to it. I'm never used to it. I'm never, ever, ever used to it. You can't get used to violence on any level, or dysfunctionality. The dysfunction gets comfortable, but not you. And crazy thing happened. The hot water heater in my building burst today. Didn't know it. I didn't know till I had got dressed to go to the grocery store to get things for dinner. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. So I go to get, I go to wash my hair. Something happened or other. And I went to turn on the water, and there was no water coming out the faucet. And then I go check the bathroom, same thing. So my mom calls the maintenance, and then they say that, they're working on it. So I get on the elevator, I get down, and there's like mad water on the elevator. I'm like, Jesus, did somebody pee? I'm avoiding the puddles. And when I get downstairs and the door opens, all downstairs is flooded with water. And I said the hot water heater burst. I'm just like, oh, this place gets flooded so much. About 10 years ago, I want to say about 10 years ago, maybe a little longer. The neighbors we had in the apartment above us, they had the sprinklers in the ceiling. In case there's a fire, they go off to put the fire out. And the kids were playing with a broom. They were playing with something, and they were swinging it high in the air. And they hit the thing, and they broke it. And all this water just came on. It just turned on. And they couldn't turn it off. The next thing I know, we're just hearing this whoosh sound. It's like, ooh, right? And there's water pouring down the ducts where the heat and the air conditioner comes out. And then there's water pouring down the ceiling, like it's pouring down the windowsills on the inside of the apartment. And then all of a sudden, all these plaster bubbles start forming in the ceiling and on the walls. And the water starts pouring out of it. It was insane. The damage done was insane. And that was about 10 years ago. That's one of the reasons I got apartment insurance. Because of that flood. Because where our devices were, if the thing would have fell down on the TV, if the ceiling would have collapsed down from the weight of the water and destroyed the TV, all kinds of things. Yes, that just comes with living life. You know what I'm saying? You live in these places with neighbors, and if they have a fire or a flood in their apartment, if you live below them, that it's in your apartment. But, yeah. Let's be careful. It's good to have apartment insurance. I got my apartment insurance through Geico, and the company is called Stillwater Insurance, and I've had them for a while. I think since I've had my first Rogue. Let's see when I get my first. 2013, I got my Rogue. So was it 2011 or 2013? Oh, it was 2011. I'm sorry. So I got my first Rogue in 2011. So I've had it for about 9-10 years. Right on the money. Good job, Isha. Great memory. Yeah. But if you don't have receipts for everything in your apartment, and I don't really have receipts, but we just have books with everything we bought and the prices and everything. They give you 10 grand or something. They try to give you a general amount of money if you can't pinpoint how much everything is. My clothes that I have in my room are about $10,000 worth of clothes, so there's no way they're just gonna give me $10,000. I was like, I got TVs in here, I got laptops, I have this, that, and the third. You can't just give me 10 grand and be like, here, that's crazy. What about all the sentiment behind my clothing? Can't replace it, huh? Gotta go to therapy, gotta sue. That's all you can do. I was thinking about that. When I first moved to Stanford in 1999, I got a job at, I believe it was JCPenney. Might have been Macy's, I'm not sure. It's not there anymore, the store's not there anymore. And literally, I think I had only been there, may have been the first day or the third day. I wasn't there that long. And I was in the back, they had these big, huge, clothing racks. And I was doing something with one of them, and the pole came loose, and it hit me in the face. And it cut my nose. I had to get a butterfly stitch in my nose. The corner where my nose meets my face. And the scar is still there to this day. And I was thinking about why I didn't sue them. Because I didn't think to. You know what I mean? I didn't think the damage was severe enough to sue. Because if it would have cut my face, other than where it cut my face, because you can't even see it. It's worse to wear it. You know what I mean? And then, fast forward a little while later, 2007, I want to say, I get a job at the Stop and Shop in Greenwich. And it was my second job, just to make extra money. And I worked at the chicken part. It's like a Boston chicken rotisserie. And it's on my end of the first week on the job, maybe in the second week. I wasn't there that long, and I had this freak accident on the service elevator. My hand gets slammed in there, the thing swells up. It's disgusting. Did I sue? No. I don't even think I got my paycheck for working there. I fucking worked for free for 3 days. And I went to go get my paycheck. They were telling me there was no paycheck and this, that, and the third. I'm like, I worked for 3 days. I do get paid for that. I didn't get a damn thing from them. Didn't think to sue them either. That's why I'm losing in life. Because it seems like only the winners step up and they fight the world and they get paid for it. They go and even if they're lying or exaggerating what it is, they still get paid. Like if I would have went and I went to the doctor after I got hit in the face and they gave me a little butterfly stitch and they sent me on my way. But if I would have ran to a lawyer talk about emotional damage and now I can't go near clothing racks, or every time somebody gets close to my face I flinch. You know what I mean? Putting up the whole charade. And then, okay, here's $50,000 in emotional damage. Where would I be today if I would have sued them? First thing, when you sue somebody, that goes on your record that you sued somebody, and then you have that hanging over you, where you gotta live at, where you have to, that has to be your truth, because people can't stand people who sue because they're lying, because they're just money hungry. You know what I mean? Oh, come on. Oh, there it is. And it comes out. Oh, so pretty. Get out of there. Yeah, so. And you think, that's not wet. Is that wet? It better not be wet. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I had a little accident there. I didn't mean to. Yeah, like if I would have got $50,000, like what I would have done with it. I may have paid off my student loan. There was probably only $10,000 at the time. I may have done that. I may have tried to save, but that wouldn't have worked. I knew I would have gotten a car, maybe some clothes, but I wouldn't have that car to this day. I had it about 5-10 years before I crashed it or it just broke down. And then what happens if I would have sued Stop and Shop for the freak accident? And then I was like, because of now I'm too scared to go on elevators and this, that, and the third. And then they give me $100,000. Then I turn around, I get me pay my bills off. I made that. Now in that case, I probably would have moved. Now that's like moving type of money, like you get you a little condo somewhere or something. Give me a nice vehicle too, something. Probably would have got that Infinity I wanted. The Infinity truck. I would probably still have that to this day, but that shit would be on its last leg too. You know what I'm saying? What happens to that lawsuit money? Anyway, now, I'm back to questioning my character and the things I put before money. And it does make me feel, I question my mental sanity sometimes about that. Because when you live in creativity, you tend to make real stupid mistakes about something as serious as money. Because you think because there's so much money in the world, you think, oh, well, there's so much money everywhere. I'll find some eventually. No, that's not how it works. It's not like, apples at the grocery store. Just because you go in there and there's no more apples, it's not like you can't go to another grocery store. That's not how money works. That's not how it operates. And I think that's why I'm struggling so bad with it, is because I put love first so much. I come up so short when it comes to money, and I don't think fast enough to capitalize on it. And I always tend to run into people who know this about me, and then they try to capitalize on me about it. And I don't know how to shut them out, because what they do is they prey on that weakness, and that weakness fuels me so bad that I start fantasizing that I want them, and then they start capitalizing on money, and the relationship is so inaccurate, and it's so unbalanced, and it's so wrong that I get mad and upset, and I try to, I end up hurting myself trying to stop it from happening, instead of just telling the person, look, this, that, and the third, can you help me? Or, leave me alone. If you can't help me, don't make it worse. Especially if you see me acting out and trying